Hello, everyone. Hello. And welcome back after many disruptions. Many disruptions. But that's definitely over forever now. Fixed forever. Never going to happen again. For those that weren't aware, we had a lot of internet problems that were either limiting the number of streams or preventing streaming in general for a little bit. Been wrangling with the ISP and the normal song and dance you have to go through to get any actual help or proof of something. But we did, and it ended up being hardware upgrades that we needed. I, experimentation is important, folks, and legitimate, well formatted experimentation. If you're going to do something, you need to be able to isolate your variables. You need to be able to show a positive result. Not positive in the sense of nice or what you want, but something that actually says this is the most likely scenario, or this is what the data says. If we do A, we get this result. If we do B, we get this different result. Get that stuff, and then you can act upon it. Trust me, bro, is not data. In particular, if all data is flowing over wires properly, and then suddenly out of nowhere, one of your debugging steps is, well, let's see if the cables would work at all. Well, yeah, they work because you just saw them working. That was looking at the computer that is turned on and doing stuff and saying, well, is it turned on? Like actually being there, looking at it. It is sadly true that the, is the monitor on? Is the computer on? Is the computer plugged in? That can be a debugging path if somebody is just saying like, oh, there's a black screen. But if somebody says, I am looking at Windows right now and the web page doesn't load, asking if the computer is on and plugged in, kind of insulting. Now that can be that it's just a script, you know? Sometimes they are required to do it. And as a person requesting assistance, you do need to separate the company and the policy from the person you're talking to very frequently, especially if it's over, like, if it's like phone support or something, because it's not infrequent that they don't have a choice. And that can be difficult when you're really frustrated after a while. But like I said, everything is better now, forever and ever, never to go wrong again. In fact, things are kind of better than they were. All shiny and new. It's going to be puzzle day again. We're going to be continuing the room 3, see how far we can get there. If we end up completing it, we'll get started on 4. Otherwise, well, we'll see where we go. Before we get any further, though, checking in with the kitties, we do have Molly across from the keyboard there. Top center for those on widescreen. She is the stripy one with white underbelly. On the bed there, we have Mason in the upper right and Sammy in the lower right. And Ember just hopped across onto the table there. Not visible, but down and left from me is Sherbet. He is in a little hutch. And I don't know where Sky is hiding. He might be looking out a window or something. Oof. Do you want to sit with me again, Ember? Yeah. Give you head scratches. Well, make up your mind. Says, I don't wanna. I'm a cat. Checking to see if you can see Ember's shadow or her reflection in the side of the desk cam, upper right on widescreen format. Her little waggy tail is creating a reflection. All right. Puzzle time. We're even back up to 60 frames a second for the wide formats. Okay, how do I play this game again? Okay, so we finished the observatory. We have another, relay and Beyblade here. We managed to get the wax cylinder, which I think we need to get a recording from a record player and then go to a different room. And activate a phone and then go to a different room and accept that call and get the recording onto it. And then that will surely do something. Could not find a way to activate the phone yet, so that just might not be something we can do at this time. This is the first one that has had, like, objects that we can obtain earlier that become usable later. If you're not familiar, the room is kind of a... It's got kind of mist DNA. Old move around an environment, solve puzzles, maybe escape room games have some similar vibe to it. Yeah, this is... I think what we're going to end up doing is that we'll put the cylinder in this. We will go to a place with a record player and turn that on once we can turn it on. And play that into a phone receiver. And then when we activate that, we will get the audio captured here. Hello, Meek. Welcome. We're just getting started. We're going to let the next occult Beyblade rip here. What is your question, Meek? That's being a little extra loud, I think, isn't it? Oh, well. Oh, yeah, that's a little extra loud. Seemed like that. Wow. How's the progress? Well, we are some distance into the third game. Oh, hey there, Stuff. Not sure how to pronounce the first part of that, but Stuff, welcome, welcome. We just got our 5th triangle, and now we have received the, quote, craftsman's key. And we're probably going to get another tentacle door now. Yup. Shido, okay. I will endeavor to remember. Forgive me when I inevitably forget. Oh, no worries. I appreciate it when people help me with pronunciations. I knew I think they were from Korea. They had a name with an X in it, and I was unaware of how X is used in transliteration of that kind of name. And so for like 1 to 2 years of me knowing them, I was saying their name wrong, and they never let me know. I would rather you tell me. Okay, well, this looks like the same aperture as the craftsman's key. But it does not attach to. Okay. Well, I try to be. We try to make this a very chill, pleasant stream. Well, that looks like a spot to put the doodad. Click. I love the machinery. He's so good. So the room starts out with a, I came to this house to investigate what happened to a person who is missing. And we find increasingly complicated puzzle boxes and whatnot that lead us down this sort of like mystical dimension hopping adventure, centering around a magical element called Null, I believe, that is kind of like soul stuff. It has a very eldritch horror vibe to it. I believe, if I'm recalling correctly, there was a mobile game version of this, and you can tell that from a lot of the controls. There's a lot of like press and drag kind of controls, but they're all very tactile. And we get, just like you just saw, these really complicated unfolding mechanical puzzles. I never really liked the actual show version. The book version was better until it got kind of wonky. But the opening of Game of Thrones, with the whole map kind of rising up and unfolding using like machinery, that's the vibe of a lot of the puzzles. Do I like horror games? Some horror games. I am really not a fan of patrolling monster hide-and-closet games. I prefer psychological horror or games that create tension. I don't like to play a lot of the games that create tension because they become really stressful over time. But I think, though, if you're going to create a scary situation, high tension is what you want. You're allowed to have jump scares, but you need to earn them. It can't just be, constantly something jumping out at you. Okay, so we've got like a little gearbox down here. The classrooms. I think I saw one named that. But it implied that there was like monster chasing you stuff, and that often ruins puzzle stuff. Because you are discouraged from like engaging with a puzzle so much as, rapidly tagging buttons as you run kind of things. The vibe of it looked cool, but the, and it's a survival horror aspect kind of meh. Oh, okay. Well, we have a little cage here that has another, what looks like a reflector. We have a lens over the aperture in the little box. Can I touch this thing? No. How about this? No? Okay, Are there things I can touch in the room? Well, there's that over there, but that looks like it's going to be a like a window of some kind that will have something projected maybe from here on through the apparatus onto it. Okay, any widgets here? A decent part of this game is looking at objects and looking for things that you can manipulate. The very first puzzle is like a cabinet, and there are like dials and whatnot on it concealed into the trim and decoration of it. Oh, here's a thing. I didn't see that thing. Where could we use something like that? Well, let's look at it. It has... Oh, okay. It has 4 little pegs on it. Doot. Now we look deep inside. Okay, we have a series of gear teeth here. Okay, we're kind of aligning a lock. Oop. Okay, it should be projecting light now, I suppose. Yep. Ooh, neat. All right, there's our image. It looks like the emblem on the, you know, the Ugathian Beyblade arena. And yes, I'm going to keep trying to come up with different Cthulhu mythos words for it. Okay, this will drop down and intersect with the gear teeth. The cogs, as it were. Ooh, neat. It's all rotating now. Okay. Oh, wait, here we are. Mirror get. Where can put mirror? In theory, we want to get up to here. Indeed, Tass, we must go further. So we can do that, but that's not what we entirely what we want to do. I think we could rotate more of these little doodads. There's a name for a type of thing that is a... You have like a big wheel covered in like little either two-dimensional or three-dimensional figures. And when you spin it fast enough, it makes it look like they're moving. Because it turns each consecutive one into like an animation frame. And because they're rotating, it now looks like all of them move. So we can move that. That is a thing we can move. Okay, we can see a socket for that. There we go. Click. Unclick. In we go. I do. The cat that you can currently see is Molly. We'll be able to see at most 5 of them. Ember just passed across the little Persian rug-looking thing. Sky is napping on the side of the desk. Molly is across from the keyboard. Ember is now on my shoulder. Mason and Sammy are on the bed, and Sherbet is down in the little cat hutch. Ember's a little sweetheart. Okay, we can control which ones turn. That messes with that top one. We are real close here. Fourth of July? I'm actually thinking of playing Helldivers on stream for the 4th. I feel like that's appropriate. There we go. We have obtained ominous red light. Isn't this where we started? It is. Congratulations, you have found the center of my labyrinth. That may feel like a victory, but it leaves you farther from freedom than you have ever been. If it is any consolation, you were not the first, and you will be far from the last. Know that every single turn led you to this point. Somehow every single choice I've made has led me to this point. As you like puzzles so much, I have one final riddle for you to occupy your eternity. What is the difference between a maze and a labyrinth? If I recall, a labyrinth is meant to keep something inside of it. But how can I expect you to answer when you cannot tell a room from a prison? Okay, there were things that we haven't found solutions to yet. So ominous. Hey there, Key. We finally have our internet connection working for us again. Cube. So it looks like there are little optional side puzzles, unless the game continues from here. You completed the room 3 for the first time and witnessed the aftermath of your actions. However, there are alternate endings for you to discover. Wow, okay, thank you. I have fully wired internet here to try to mitigate that. And I spent the last week mostly trying to contain frustration talking with ISP representatives. But after much stress and some hardware upgrades, here we are. We're even doing it 60 frames a second again. Isn't that neat? You can now use the Change Your Fate button on the main menu to revisit Greyholm. Only by using the mysterious artifacts hidden by the craftsman will you earn the power to alter your destiny. Well, okay, we are going to lower that. Click. Experience one of the 4 endings only by using yup. From this point on, there are no more hints available. The tasks remaining are yours to face alone. Okay. Okay, we've got all our stuff back. Using the little thing here leads to the trap. Well, we have it. Going that way is the trap. Well, Meek, I'm planning a thing. A future thing. And that particular rage game is considered to be on a hypothetical list that might involve the thing. I don't remember there being a small mechanism. I have found a thing. Did I just completely overlook that? I think I did. Now we look for a key, a keyhole that we had hitherto not found a solution for opening. But before I can do the aforementioned thing, I first must finish a bit of software that is not so much difficult as I'm really dragging my feet more than I should. Yeah, this has still been something. There are 2 winding keys here available on it, and there's a clock hand missing. The second hand is missing on that clock. Fun fact, some big clocks or mechanical clocks of that nature also had second hands. Where we originally entered the third one. Go through the doom door. Looking for things. At this point, not quite there yet. But yes, Tess reminds me, we're not looking for spoilers, so careful with that. But if I do request help, then a hint to put me in the right direction would be appreciated. Did I read this before? My fate rests in a terrible paradox. I have need to trap a soul of great brilliance, but for them to exhibit the brilliance I seek, they must surely also see the trap. Yes. Here's our phone. So this is the record player that I thought was involved. Is that we would need to be able to start this, dial the number in the other room to get the telephone connected, and put the wax cylinder in the other thing. Back to our first room here. Make one more pass. Oh, I also have to check upstairs. Next floor up, I guess. Because this lift moves pretty far and pretty fast. Or pretty fast, so pretty far. Something like that. Are you having a good time, Ember? So if you look in the play area camera, she's back on my shoulder, so you won't be able to see her, but... So in the upper left corner of the play area camera there's a kind of diagonal black rectangle there. That is a TV screen showing a... Oh, hey there, Project. Project Elise, is it? But welcome, welcome in any event. Welcome, Project and Raiders. Hello, everyone. It's a good time so far. It's a good time so far. We're working on our the post game, I guess, or the subsequent endings of the Room 3. So we're puzzle solving. I was describing, if you see the cat cam in the lower left or top of the screen if you're in vertical format, that is the play area for the kittens, and in the upper left there is a TV that is primarily the favored toy of Ember, who's on my shoulder, and Sherbet, who is rarely on camera. It has a stream going that is a perpetual loop of like bird feeders and whatnot out in the woods. So like squirrels and whatnot come visit it. And every now and then I will hear Ember trill and begin flailing away wildly at the screen when she tries to pounce a squirrel. She will tucker herself out doing that. And then she trots over to sit on my shoulder for a bit, and then she will go off and do something else, perhaps nap elsewhere. Looking for either a tiny lock or something we can unscrew. It is Eldritch horror, Elise. It's mostly puzzle, but the themes of it are very dark and tentacly. The base ending of this that we just saw has us tricked into sealing ourselves in the middle of some sort of parallel world labyrinth. As I had speculated, the villain, there's a real we have to take, he needs somebody to take his place vibe going on. We do occasionally dabble in more traditional horror games, but I'm very picky. Like I was saying earlier, jump scares are allowed, but boy, you gotta earn them. Favorite horror games so far? Ooh. There have been a couple, but I'm trying to remember what they were called. I don't think I've played this one on stream, but one that I can remember that had psychological horror elements, which is my preferred type, was Franbo. I really enjoyed that. We played Dredge on stream that does have horror elements, but it's much more... It's got much more of a fear of the ocean vibe to it, that game. But, you know, giant fish gonna eat ya can be pretty good for that. We played Sally Face, which had some horror elements. I don't like the direction they chose for the ending, but definitely some horror elements, like very traditional horror elements. Okay, we got the record from here. If you got a question, fire away, Meek. No need to ask permission. I'm sorry, we got the wax cylinder from here. I mean, I don't like heights, Meek. Heights, even in games, make me anxious. Okay, well, clearly, once we have the cylinder recorded, we could take it back here. All right, Task, give me a clue. I don't know exactly where the fear of heights is rooted, but when I was little, I fell from a playset, and I landed very badly. I landed cross-legged, so the leg above smashed right through the leg below. Dislodged bricks. Oh, okay. So of course, the leg was broken, and I had to wear a cast for a while. But when I say I had to wear a cast for a while, I have to take people at their word, because that entire swath of my life was blotted from my memory. I think I saw something like that up here. It might be down in the cellar area. Like, all I remember is being driven to a hospital and then arriving at a hospital to get the cast removed. Like, there was nothing else. Yep. Things are reasonable now. Things are pretty good now. What do you see, Molly? Molly is either walking very slowly to get some food, or she's stalking something. It's hard to tell. I think it's this one. Might be one to my left, but... Ah. Neat. Subtle detail. Oh, are we inside the tree? I think we're inside the tree. Is this a thing now? Okay, it has a different interaction now, but... As in, it has no interaction now. Alright, let's try messing with it differently in here. I might be lacking a doodad of some kind, but... Didn't seem like the right socket for it. And the top part doesn't seem aligned right. Seems like that's the only thing we can do with it, though. Okay, it's just the nature of it. It's a little... It's that the upper lip is a bit forward of the other ones, so it doesn't look quite right. Okay, there's definitely something we have to put in here, or shine in there, or something like that. But this is an indication that there are little things in some of the rooms that we might be able to poke to reveal more. Commence the hour-long poking walls and floor tiles sequence. This is an audio. This is a set of audio that I use for my streams. I play it over even some of the horror or action-y games. In the description of my videos on YouTube, there is actually a link to the playlist off of Epidemic Sound, which is where the tracks are from. Ooh, oh. Man, that's been a while. This is like the first puzzle room. Oh, no, you don't. Don't you do this. Means it's a trick. It's a trick drawer. Yeah. July 30th. Maggie Cox was a charlatan. This is the fortune teller who was involved with tricking somebody's mother or something like that, and whose seance parlor we found the supposed corpse of AS, the person whose house we went to kick off the events of this game. Everything she believed was a lie. I know this for a fact. I concocted the lies. How is it then that she alone can resist me? If she will not rest in the prison I have built her, I shall build one deeper still. Cannot be it. Wait, I see it. Come on now. There. Oh, I love it. July 23rd. The house is turning it in on itself, warped by the null. I find myself forever traveling in circles, down corridors that turn back on themselves. Hey there, all there. Welcome, welcome. It's always interesting encountering different time zones. I use the doorway machines to bypass the maze, but the crystals run low on energy. I must find a new power source soon or be forever trapped. So we know, we have the feeling that Null is kind of like soul related. Thanks for swinging through, Meek. So perhaps the idea of trapping somebody else in the labyrinth is a power source? There's our coin. Okay. This one, I think. Yeah. Mystical Maggie, your fate awaits. Cross my palm with silver, the past, present, and future, trained by the great Khan himself. The great Khan seems to be uh, the craftsman here. Might be somebody else, but there are indications. There seem to be indications that that's who this guy is. Okay. There's at least one room where we can see him making these automata. Okay, that is the ending that we just got, imprisoned. He deceives you. Yep, he does. Something up there. Let's look at this little wheel. Okay, so there are 3 potential teeth on the edges of it and kind of a 4-point star as a central slot. Maybe we can find something like that. We done anything with the screwdriver yet? I don't think we have. Which implies that there's something that we can use that to get inside of for this. Well, at this point, it's iterate over the rooms as we find new things and see if the appearance of those things gives us ideas on how to proceed to the next step. This thing needs some sort of like power source, I guess. So that once activated, we can get the wax cylinder in it. Oh, that was one of the little puzzle boxes. There is a lot of thinking and muttering and talking out loud during this, so do not be afraid to ask questions or anything like that. The aforementioned tentacular element. Messing with this null element stuff seems to also include these tentacles being able to appear and like rip holes in space. The house in the first couple games was torn to shreds as we were escaping it. These tentacles erupted out of passageways. And, you know, we make it out just in time for them to kind of implode the building. Needlessly complex looking. Doesn't look like it would actually turn properly. Let's see if it's rotating that way. That one will rotate around this way. That one wants to rotate around this way. This one would want to rotate that way, though. Yeah, all of the teeth wouldn't try to turn, so this whole mechanism would be solid. There it is. This is the first room of the labyrinth. X shape there. Yeah, I can't look beneath them. Note in that one. 27th. That interfering friend of AS continues to ask questions, and I should like to ask a few of my own. How did they overcome the null? How much energy resides in that brilliant soul of theirs? Yep. So they want us to act as a power source. It would take the last dregs of the energy I have stored to bring them here, but they might also be the key. I have no choice but to take the risk. Nothing there, but there is that socket. Clearly a mechanism here and here. There is a cat in one of the play tubes scratching away at it. Given the ones I can see, I suspect Molly is in the tube, and she is pawing away at Sherbet's shadow. Ah. So bottom to top. 16, that would be 15. 19. Eight, 12, 17. Hmm. 8, 24. That's 32. It's off a bit. 7, 28. And 28, 31. Yes. Need to get to 40, and we do have a minus up there. We're just going to math in our heads for a bit here. Much. Get a little, we need to get below, and we either need to be at 38, sorry, 28 or 21. Okay. 16, 23, 26, 21. There. There to there and there. Library. Oh, okay. We've powered the library now. Which is where the fortune teller machine was. Ooh, the library. You hear a sound on my left. Okay, we have the X marker now. Put you in there. Let's go back to that room. It's this one. This is like tutorial puzzle room. One, this one, this one, this one. Token get. Back to the library. We're making progress, Tass. Things are happening. Not the library. We will inevitably return to mess with that clock. That lock has plenty of little gubbins around it that we could be messing with for puzzle purposes. Hey there, Mio. Hello, hello. Beverage. Mio, this game is called The Room. It is the third The Room game. It is a sequence of puzzles. Well, escape seems relevant to what we're trying right now. Okay, hexagonal socket, little pearl handle. Got 3 on camera right now. Mason, Sky, and Sammy are snoozing away. No, it wasn't this room. Not either of those 2 rooms. Not this room. Oh, let's try the elevator in the library. There's the possibility that this is something that could be used on the clock, but I didn't think the clock had any purely, like, direct key sockets. They were like, you know, they would be like a circle socket kind of thing. Don't know how to describe it. Library. Delicious, juicy falsehood. Ew. Let's go look at the clock. We still definitely have something that can be unscrewed somewhere. I will remember where the record player is at some point. Yeah, it's not the right kind of hole for that. feel like I'm trying to remember. There has to be a piece of fiction that I'm thinking of where, like, am I thinking of, I know it was lethal in the Star Trek movie, like they have the worm go into their ear canal. But I feel like there must have been a piece of fiction where, like, the worms were the creatures controlling people. So when they captured somebody, they would try to force them to, in some way, ingest or put the worm inside them, you know? Oh, there it is. There we go. Like 1, 7. ABC. We're riffing on me calling it the library. It's a little bit of a walk to get there. Phone is ringing. We have loaded our wax cylinder in it. Not terribly long, BC. Etched wax cylinder. Okay. We're gonna give the game a little bit more volume. This game is not great about its volume setting. It's much more volume guidelines than, setting. Volume suggestions. Just so. There we go. Yeah. It had to highlight properly. Yet another token. It's like acta probit exitus. Or exis acta probitit. I can't tell which order it's in. One would assume that it starts and ends with the little widget, but August 3rd, a breakthrough. The portal remained stable, but only to look through. Touching the thing caused the image to fade. I need more power if I'm to pass physically to the other side. The landscape is beyond extraordinary. Speak my future, mannequin with needlessly detailed, lifeless eyes. All right, give us our third one. Release. With tentacles. Am I going with the game? It's been on a bit of a hiatus. Trying to figure out where I want to drop back into that. I want to. Just figuring out when and how and where. Okay. Where do we have something like that? Just another wheel to turn things. It's like it would socket in at like the bottom of a circle, maybe? Or loop of some nature? Anything up the stairs? Recall seeing anything up here that would fit that look. Oh yeah, Sherbet joined them. Molly has taken over the spot that Sherbet was napping in. And Ember is in her spot. Though I did just say her name, so she may vanish shortly. The number of cats per square inch of my body can get overly high as well sometimes. With Sammy having become a shoulder cat as well, I had Ember on my right shoulder, Sammy on my left, and Mason on my lap at one point. There was effectively no room for me. Library. It's our starting room again. Hey, Peril. Indeed, more cat than human. Nothing further to mess with on that one. Nothing else was clickable in here. So for the time being, we've exhausted this path, I think. Shackles. I think this is our last viable room to find the thingy in. Hello there, Evan. Used those. We still have the tree. Well, thanks for swinging through, Mio. We still have the third crystal to find here. Was there a mechanism we could socket this into inside of this aperture? No. This really looks like kind of a wide thing that we'll need to find. Be kind of a 3-prong there. Seen anything like that around? We still have the screwdriver. Are there more things we could rip parts out of? Not there. We got all of the drawers out of the little office here. Rounded here. No surface there. That's where we pulled the board out of. That never opened. Makes me feel like there's something further. It could be an indication of a mechanism we have not found, or them trying to communicate to us, no, this one doesn't do anything. For now, it seems like the latter. Somewhere off of this location. A weird off-kilter marking there. There's a dark line that runs just along there. Any sign of something that could move in this game is immediately suspicious. Okay. Up through the lift. It's going to be like the sconce of a lamp or something like that. Oh, could I get... Hey there, Colin. Was the gold... Was the orb back there? I didn't even notice. Yup. And thinking on it, I definitely saw it and just... It didn't register. Come on now. Yep. Give. Just messing with me, I guess. The little Dirt League skit about trying to pet the dog when the game won't let you interact with the dog by default. Very forcefully leaning your hand against some sort of shield. To be... All right. That thing on the railing never did... Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. And now we go back to the tree. I had gotten it in my head somehow that that was part of the... That had just been part of the swinging magnet for some reason. Okay. This should fit the shape in the tree here. Okay, well. Back inside we go. Does it look like now that there's a key in it? All right. right, now we rotate it. We do a 180 on it. Which will expose the other tine here. Yes, yes. Well, it did a thing. The second latch was moved. Did the drawer pop open? It did. Hey, next token get. We have imprisoned, escape, release. And what's next? Begin protracted card dealing sequence. Go. Just posture. Ow. Ow. Ah, my spine. Beverage time. Well then. You got a thing. I wonder if, like the guy in the diving helmet, or the skull in the diving helmet, that this in some way is Maggie. The, I tried to build a trap for her kind of thing. Is this an alternate gizmo instead of the key? I think it's an alternate gizmo. It's hexagonal, though. Is a lens. It's the same aperture, so... And we get. Just gonna... So there's gonna be somewhere in this that instead of... If we take this, can we... Is there a way for me to replace this? We don't have a square. We have a hexagon to inset here. So we're looking for that. We're looking for a spot to socket that. We'll go through the same sequence for now. Button. Okay, lights on, mechanism go. Is there a spot that we could socket this thing somewhere? I feel like I may have already botched it, you know? But we'll see. Because if we continue down, if we get the projection from that, it gives us the triangle symbol, and that's what traps us. Slide you back out of the way. Again, this is the prior ending. See any other gizmos here? There are other mirrors that we're not making use of during this. Those definitely feel like they'll be pertinent. Like there's another mechanism that will climb up. Just poke this thing a little bit, see if we can figure something out. Not seeing any clear markings that would allow me to mess with that. We can't mess with those mirrors any longer. Ah, okay. So instead of going into the train there, which takes us into the heart of the labyrinth, we now go over to this. It is... yeah, this one. We have sequential mechanisms. Okay, okay. There's a rotating light. Right, we've switched where the room is going from. It did mention that the crystals were losing power. Maybe that's what we're messing with. All right, what's our ending this time? Tentacles. One of the transitions in the game was rowing a small boat over to like a tower or a lighthouse. This is kind of what happened to the house in the first two games. Tentacular destruction. Best get rowing. I must have pored over 1,000 maps. Greyholm isn't just gone, it never existed. I sometimes doubt my sanity, and others are starting to agree with me. This quest can only land me in an asylum. No matter, I find curiosity has lessened its grip on me, and life's other interests are returning. Whatever it was that drew me is gone. I can sense it no longer, and I finally feel free. Was there ever a source of the null, or was it always just bait in the trap? I know now that I will never know, and that knowledge is a sweet, sweet joy. Okay. So the next event has got to be the release ending. But we would... Well, we just have the screwdriver left now. I thought I did all the things. I'm out of things. Oh, are there any machines I can tear apart with my crude screwdriver? So we already ripped that one open using it. Because this definitely opens, but you'd suspect I need winding keys of some kind. Doesn't look like a screw. Yeah. The object will cease to be transparent if it is an operation that can be performed. So we got the records. We still need one purple crystal. That is still extant. We exhausted this, I think. Pretty sure. There's only the box up top, which has the sphere that we can't take again. Systematically go through the things. Poke all the things. Hello, Sky. Yeah. Guy says, acknowledge me. There is definitely still food, bud. I use dishes that mitigate but all of the food is jammed up against the edges, so it doesn't count. Okay, not there. Been paying a lot of attention to the floor. That could also be a thing. Loose tiles have been a thing. Make sure that I look closely at those in the other rooms. So it seems not here. So based on the pattern so far, I would assume that this ending is going to be that I release some sort of, tentacly doom upon the world. don't know what those are supposed to be. It won't seem to let us reclaim that sphere. But we'll try again. We cannot. Its use has been entirely discharged. Well, hello, yes. This guy says you must acknowledge me and supply me with ongoing chin scratches. Is that so? Yeah. I just got the escape one where we get away on a rowboat and the castle gets destroyed. We are now left with only a screwdriver and a prayer. So we've still yet to find a fourth crystal or way to light up that little green screen. Seem to be anything further we can play with in here. Or here. Not able to find anything in the clock face. We should go to that other room there. I missed one. At least I did not go into this room. Just out of curiosity. You still mess with the key? Okay, I can't. The clock didn't glow. Maybe it's got text. I thought we had. But, you know. Well, we know this to be true. Like, yes, we did see this before, but there was nothing we could do with it. Like, I have no keys with which to wind. If I had that, then there could be some sort of rotating element to it, but that is a good possibility. Let's just spyglass our way around. Perhaps there is some sort of, black light, hey, did you look here icon somewhere. There's our little fortune teller. That is the emblem from the second game and the first game. I do appreciate that you can still interact with the environment with this on. It better not be some ridiculous, I just need to wait and stare at that clock. Because I know the clock hands move. Oh my god. I don't have it, but this is where we put, like, the Metal Gear Solid, You've Been Spotted music. So while we wait for paint to dry... How's everyone doing? We having fun? I mean, at least they give us the dignity of having 4 markers present. It's kind of hurt my eyes, though. Ah. So apparently they're working on something. They're having some big community event with Helldivers, with some of the big names and like the streaming surrounding it. And they referenced the fact that there have been 3 major orders, 3 big events, where players chose, instead of getting a new kind of weapon, that they chose to go to a particular planet where it was just, if you go here, you're protecting the children from the invasion, like an orphanage or something like that. And every time that was an option, that's what happened. And it turned into like we give to charity when that kind of thing happens. I don't recall what the article said that they were doing this time, but... I referenced it previously, but I am reminded of the Invader Zim scene where he is staring at the classroom clock, waiting for the last minute to tick over, and it's like the clock hand is bending as it's about to tick over, and it zooms into the clock, and there is a bug with its essentially with its head on one cog and the its body on the other. 412. So the teeth are the cogs are being held back by its body, and it's not until it's effectively decapitated by the gears that the clock resumes moving. And there's a socket here. Oh, okay, no, that's the clock face. That doesn't mean that that can't be a thing, but that's the two winding key sockets and the center of the clock face. Okay, now we go downstairs to the little gizmo. Here. Spinny, spinny. Okay, it's giving me a... Okay, it's a this is where you need to go marker. I'm sure somewhere there will be a... potentially a map of where we are, but I got that little arrow to work from at the moment. This arrow here. For the most part, we're just zigzagging at the moment. Oh. I recall seeing this shape, but I'm sure it is another pedestal that will rise up. Back to the tentacle room. You have to double click it twice. Or I had to there. It is a, are you sure? Because this begins the ending sequence. It's here. That. Here. Shoot there. Wind that. Go inside of it. Click. Now we do the thing. Goes on. Frame wheel pops up. Look, so all of these things are little, kind of like, almost like negatives or so of, or at least they're frames of that image. It's right now shining through one of them. And once we start this thing going, once we get that gear to turn down, it'll start spinning, and that's what animates that image. mirror. Now we can go over here, socket the mirror there. Slide this back over. So many of these puzzles could be solved with a adjustable wrench. This gives us our red light. Crystal 1 and 2 should have risen up. That's our imprisoned. The green light. Rev up the green light. Oop. So this is the escape ending. The boathouse before the tentacles smash everything. This will be like blue or yellow. I can't remember what the third color was. Blue. Oh. It's like the last one, but worse. This will be tiresome. Okay, but I have more control over how they move. I mean, I say control, but in a very, very loose sense. We are pretty close. There we go. Blue light. So, even more tentacles. Oh, just a moment. There we go. So this is the same door, but with more tentacles. They're all undulaty. Okay, it's stormier now. Okay, instead of erupting out and destroying the castle alone, they're now in the sky as well, matching the card. I don't know if this letter will reach you. I only know the warder will take my bribe. You must come at once. When we opened the gateway, something was waiting. It had always been waiting. Now it is here. Soon we are doomed. I know you have no reason to trust me, but you must. You are the only one who can help. You are the only one who knows. You are the only one who will believe me. I am in Bethlehem. Find me. Okay. I haven't found anything that I could mess with the screwdriver in there. So my guess here is that there is something in the mechanism room that I can mess with once all of the things are in position. A beverage. Wonder if there are so many of these puzzles that you could solve by effectively just that this whole sequence of events could be altered by just ramming a screwdriver or metal bar into one of these machines. Because all of this is remarkably, like, precision and ultimately delicate stuff. Just one thing getting in the way and the whole thing breaks down. Second mirror. That one out of the way. Put this one in. Get the red light going. So we gotta do the blue light at least once more. Hopefully I haven't messed this up, because the blue light's a bit of a pain. You can no longer mess with the mirrors. Okay. If it was just the screwdriver in here, you'd think it would be possible to bypass the other ending. Two consecutive ones to be the ones that we need to turn in a given direction. So right now, these two are aligned, and that's not what we want to have happen. all 3 of these will line up if we take action here. But we've still got all of these all messed up. So this makes these 2 aligned now. All of the others are aligned. There we go. Now we have the blue light active. Okay, only one of the lights can be armed at a time. Possible to, like, jam it open. There it is. All 3 colors now. Into the goo. When we were in the observatory, we were looking at these structures on a planet's surface. And the labyrinth, the entrapped ending, has a gigantic labyrinth or maze around a building like these. See every ending in the room 3. You've discovered all the secrets within the walls of Greyholm and finally seen all the endings to the room 3. Your dedication to this matter has been most impressive. Fireproof Games salutes you. Okay. I think, given where we are in the evening, we'll start the room 4 next time we play a puzzle game. Like I said, I haven't decided yet. Let me just push that button and this button. Haven't decided yet exactly what we'll do tomorrow, but I plan to have a stream tomorrow, and I kind of want it to be a bit laid back, so we'll probably do something silly. I'm thinking either Helldivers or maybe EDF 6, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Could be anything. Could be anything. It's going to be at a whim. It's going to be at a whim. Okay. Once again, the room so far has had only one puzzle that I think was bad. And that was the swinging weight puzzle. And not because the puzzle itself didn't make sense, but because even if you touched the thing that triggered the puzzle to begin, or to interact with the mechanism, the feedback to the player was next to nothing until you used it for a while. So it was really easy to touch it and think it did nothing, like I did a couple of times. But beyond that, all of them have been, oh, I didn't think of that, as opposed to, why would you do that? So it's been good. It's been real good. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Colin. Helldivers is a pretty solid option. We'll see how it turn out, though. Oh, but I hope you all had fun watching the puzzle game with us tonight. I had some fun playing it, so I do hope you had fun watching it. If you like what you saw and would like to see more, remember to like, follow, subscribe, comment. All of that interaction stuff is good and helps the channel grow. If you'd like to consider financially supporting the channel, you can do so through platform-specific means like memberships and subscriptions, or bits and super chats, as well as through things like Patreon and Ko-fi. You can find all of those links in the link tree in my video description. Oh, but with that said, I hope the rest of your day is good, and I'll see you next time.